Welcome to our instructional video on how to make dumplings by Nate, Jamie, and Mark. We created these dumplings from scratch, something that was not too easy. Every ingredient needed to make the dumplings could be found at a local supermarket such as Meijer. However, if you want to take the shortcut, pre-made skins for the outer wrapper can be found at any Asian market.
We chose to examine the dumpling because not only are dumplings tasty, but they have a very complex and interesting history. It is speculated that the first dumplings were made in northwest China around the 3rd century. The main spread of dumplings was a result of the Turks and their constant movement, trading, and interaction with various nationalities. But this was not the only way the Turks influenced others. They began to convert to Islam in the 7th century, which spread their influence to the Islamic world. Stuffed pasta can be seen in Italy and Eastern Europe as well. But the first evidence of stuffed pasta in this region of the world does not happen until the 13th and 14th centuries, long after dumplings are produced in China. It is thought that stuffed pasta, similar to dumplings, made its way to Eastern Europe and Italy through the Mongols. As the Mongols conquered more and more land throughout Eurasia, they spread foods such as stuffed pasta. Thus, a simple dish such as dumplings made its way around the Eastern Hemisphere.
As we slowly come to a conclusion of our shopping portion, we can now move to the kitchen and show you our method of how we made our dumplings.
Okay, well, welcome to my kitchen. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm with Nate and Jamie, and we're going to make a traditional old world meal of dumplings. So now if you could come a little closer, I want to show you some of the ingredients we'll be using today. Right here we've got some buckwheat noodles, straight from the old world of Asia. We've got some flour, some vegetable oil, 2 organic eggs, some salt to season the dumplings,
Green onions.
some green onions, some lovely chives, a nice red onion, and of course some ground beef to put inside of our dumplings, and some traditional soy sauce to dip our dumplings in.
First, to make the outer wrapper, we take our flour and we need 3 cups of it. So we're gonna start.
Should be good.
Oh,
That should be good. That's good.
Man, I have flour on it.
That's
Sorry,
fine.
I'm making a mess.
Yeah, no problem.
Alright, 3 cups of flour, and we're gonna pour it into our bowl here. Okay.
Good. Next, we gotta add a cup and a half full of water to mix with our flour. You gotta be precise. We're gonna add it to our mix. We now mix it together so it makes a dough. This is actually going to take absolutely forever.
Okay, we're coming to the conclusion of our wrapper making.
Not really. You gotta let it sit for 10 minutes or so, man.
Just kidding.
Workout. So after we knead our dough, we gotta cut them up into small pieces so we can make them into individual things. What's that thing? We'll be lean.
How many inches between cuts?
As wide as you want it. As big as you want it.
Okay.
We now use a roller to flatten out the dough to make the wrapper with the skin thing.
Good.
Okay, first we're gonna wash our vegetables. So these are the green onions. Just gonna, you don't want dirty vegetables. So, yeah.
Okay, here's Nate to chop up the green onion. Chop it into small pieces.
Use the green side, not the a lot of green onions.
Onions are an old world food.
Alright. That's good. Presentation. Right. Now we gotta chop up the onion. Alright, we still gotta peel a while.
Yeah, I think we should peel it. How much of that onion do we use?
Just like half or something.
Oh.
Let's see. What's the best way to do this? Go this way. Oh, that's huge. Alright. We're now gonna cut the chives into small little pieces like this. Yay! Alright, so now we gotta make our filling. And in order to do that, we gotta add a red meat, if we're making meat one. We add our meat, we add all of our vegetables. Oh, I guess we're not making vegetarian ones.
Whatever, guess not.
Yeah. And then we're gonna add a tablespoon of sugar.
Teaspoon of
1 teaspoon, I'm sorry. Correct. I said correct.
Okay. A teaspoon of sugar.
Okay. Teaspoon of salt. It's also okay to use just a more marinated taste.
Can you hear our roommate's story in the background of this one?
Alright.
Alright. Then we need a tablespoon of vegetable oil.
Ooh, yummy.
Oh yeah.
39.
Really?
No.
I can't open this there. I'm gonna do the soy sauce while we open that. We also need a tablespoon of soy sauce. So, nice coloring. Go. And last, well not last, a tablespoon of oil. And last, do you want to go for
And
the
we
egg?
don't, yeah. And now we just mix everything together. So
appetizing.
oh, the garlic. I mean, not the garlic, the onions.
Onions make your hands smell for days.
Thanks. Thanks.
You're gonna be a hit. Party.
No big deal. Dinner's looking good.
Thanks. Now we're going to boil a half pot of water to place our buckwheat noodles in. Now I'm going to be breaking the buckwheat noodles in half so they can fit into our dumplings. Now we're going to strain the buckwheat noodles. Dumping the noodles into the mixture. Yay!
It's not careful.
Here we see Nate trying to tear apart the buckwheat noodles, which are notoriously difficult to incorporate into the Asian dumplings.
If we are choosing to pan fry the dumplings, we should cook our filling halfway so that we don't burn the outer layer in attempts to cook the insides all the way.
So now we gotta fill our dumplings. We gotta get our protein. Get about a spoonful worth. This is gonna be a big one anyway, so get a spoonful worth. Yeah, that's good. So just gotta seal the ends. Wow, these dumplings are just horrendous. And seal them up like this. This is so bad. They don't have to look pretty as long as they taste good.
That's right.
And then we can do one by six. Oh wait, we need water. That's why. Here, yeah, use that. So dip a little bit of water. Seal them. Make them look beautiful. Kind of. Dumplings go into steam, and we cover it up. And we keep it there for about 10 minutes. Right next to it, we can pan fry these. Wow. Oh yeah.
Ooh. Nice and golden brown.
Now to fry our dumplings that we made. Is it actually that good?
Got to.
Alright, this is a great meal before going out.
It's good?
Oh, that was genuine.
Tastes like a pierogi.
I used the flour to cook when I made my chicken parm.
Yeah.
The whole kitchen.
To be so good, we have
I
trained.
think I'm flour.
So in class, we talked about many variations of the dumpling because it's super popular throughout all of Asia. So dumplings are served in different forms in countries like Turkey, Korea, China, Japan, Tibet, and India. In all these different places, dumplings go by different names. For example, in China, we call this the jiaozi, and in Korea, we call this
Mandu.
mandu, and in Turkey, we call this momos. And one of the reasons for all these different names is because in each of these different countries, they fill up the dumpling with things that are unique to that culture and
There's a lot of layered influence that can be seen on the dumpling. First, we can look at the Iberian Peninsula, and we can see that they were big proponents for frying food, and that carried over to Japan, and that also carried over to China, which can be seen in the pan-fried dumplings. And then if you look at the Old World, you can see ingredients such as beef, green onions, soy sauce, wheat and noodles, like flour and noodles. And all of those came from the Old World, so this is an Old World-based dish. And then there's also an influence from the Indian Ocean trade because ancient Thai and Malay people brought over salt from India to
China, so that through the Indian Ocean trade we got the salt, which is also in our dumplings.